Our 12 days in Thailand left us with memories we would never forget. And I am so excited to share more of the culture, more of the experiences that we got from Chiang Mai and Phuket. Over the course of 8 days, we traveled both provinces and had an amazing time. So, baby, grab your snacks and grab your pen and pad because we're going to get into all the things. What's up, guys? It's Lorato Marie back at you, and we are getting into Chiang Mai. Let's not waste any time. Chiang Mai is just an hour 20 flight away from Bangkok. Very reasonable priced if you want to go, at least it was when we went, and it's in a beautiful mountainous province, so very green, very chill. My nervous system was immediately relaxed. Now, we wasted no time getting into the adventure, okay? Our first stop was the Sticky Waterfalls, which is about a 45-minute moto or car ride outside of Chiang Mai, and we had a ball. The waterfalls are made of limestone, which creates this grippy texture so you can walk up, and it gets pretty steep, so prepare for an adventure. Now, our second adventure on this list was to a beautiful butterfly and orchid farm. In fact, it was part of a 3-in-1 package. Our Uber driver informed us that there were 2 other destinations that we could go to, and we opted to visit one in addition. But being at the butterfly farm was gorgeous. There's a restaurant where you can do lunch that had really tasty food, and we were super happy. But this is where things really got exciting. So we went to see the long neck herons, and this is a culture that has always intrigued me. You know them by the brass rings that they wear around their neck to elongate them. It's a symbol of beauty and identity and culture. It actually doesn't squeeze the neck, but it presses down the collarbone. And these are a tribe of families that came in the 80s to this part of Chiang Mai because there was so much conflict in their areas. So if you go and visit them, please support them. Don't just pay the entry fee. Help them live, buy things. They're beautiful, and it really helps them to live a better life. Number 3 on the list, Chiang Rai. Now, if you take this tour to Chiang Rai, there are many different temples that you can see, and we were so pleased with what we chose. First, we started with the White Temple, which is a modern temple made by a Thai artist with white and mirror woven into the design. It is so beautiful. And the white and mirror represents purity and enlightenment. We were so taken aback by this. I was like, oh my God, this is spectacular. Now, when you look at the temple, you'll see that there's a bridge, and that bridge actually represents rebirth to nirvana. There's a separate temple there as well, which is all gold, super nice. And the second temple is the Blue Temple. Now, fun fact, the Blue Temple is actually made by a student of the artisan who made the White Temple. And this one hosts these very rich sapphire colors, modern Buddhist art. It is enchanting. It really is otherworldly. I can sit in there for days and just be mesmerized at the art. It was a sight to behold, and one of my favorite moments in Chiang Rai. You get to learn a lot about the Buddhists too, and just the beauty of this wonderful culture and way of being. Number 3 was the Lucky Temple. That's what I'm calling it because this temple represents just joy, abundance, and luck. It really does. There's actually a story of a man who came to a monk, and the monk blessed him. The man was a gambler, and he made so much money that he came back and he brought a few of his friends. And they made so much money that they came back, and as they were coming back, they're blessing the monk, right? Monetarily with money. And so the monk continues to bless these people with fortune as he builds this huge temple, which is all about fun and play and abundance. But when you look at the color, even on the inside, they have a light show. And I was thinking maybe this monk was on some psychedelics. I don't know. No shade, guys. But what I'm saying is spirituality doesn't have to be so serious. It could be light. It could be joyful. It could be imaginative. And sometimes in order for us to get what we want, We have to tap back into that. We have to tap into that childlike space to really embody the wealth, the abundance, the joy, the imaginative nature of who we are, and to experience wealth and milk and honey and play, which is all part of this beautiful life experience. Let's talk about cuisine because Thai cuisine is world renowned. But if you are new to it, it can be overwhelming. So I recommend taking a Thai cooking class in Chiang Mai within your first 2 days. Your palate will thank you for it because we had the opportunity to not only go through the garden and understand the spices more, we got a up close and personal point of view of what our palate resonates with. We got to try several dishes and cook them amongst different people, and it was so much fun. So, below, I'm going to recommend the place that we went to. I'm not getting paid for it, but they were phenomenal. I'll also list some of the dishes that I ate that were pretty good. Overall, Chiang Mai was my favorite place on this list by far. It was beautiful, calming, and very charming. If I do go back to Thailand, it'll definitely be to Chiang Mai. Now, let's talk about Phuket. Phuket is just a 2 hour flight ride from Chiang Mai, and it hosts beaches and fun nightlife, honey. We stayed in Kamala Beach because I looked it up and I was told it was supposed to be sexy, but this was the water, not so sexy. Anyway, we did go to an amazing beach restaurant and had a wonderful meal. The food was good, the people were helpful, and the sand was nice and soft. Next door, there was a club that you can go to and have drinks, hookah, you could dance. It was sexy, it was fun, and we really had a good time. Of course, there were mostly tourists there because that's generally what you see when you're in Phuket. But what I can say about this club next door, which I will link below if I have it in my phone still, is that they made fabulous drinks that were very creative. That popcorn was real popcorn with an alcoholic drink inside. Now, Patong Beach is turn up city, baby, okay? And when you go to Bangalore Road, it's all the shenanigans. That's where you see all of the nightlife, the clubs, the sex shows, the all of the things that they have. If you want debauchery or if you want dance or you just want a good time and a turn up with your friends, they have you covered. Going to the next adventure. We went to an elephant sanctuary. Now, this was probably one of my favorite parts of Phuket because you get to meet these elephants who were part of circuses that were treated very poorly. If you look on this elephant, you see his ears are torn. That's because they pull at them to make them do tricks. So, a lot of these elephants are very young, but they look very aged for themselves. And this place is one of the sanctuaries that does not have you bathe an animal that can bathe themselves. No shade to those that want to do that. But they're even building a hospital where they can care for the elephants on site. And I just think that's beautiful. Definitely worth a visit. Our last place that we went to, like real adventure, was out. We saw beautiful waters, but unfortunately, we couldn't swim in all of them, which we didn't know. So that was kind of a bummer. I mean, we got to look around, but it was just like, gosh, it felt like a wasted day. I can't lie. If I'd known then what I know now, I would have opted for the beach club. But we did later go snorkeling, and that was fun. We got to swim with fishes, but it was in such a small area that I don't know, it just left a little bit to be desired. So I would say overall, Phuket was still wonderful. We had a good time. I especially love the animal sanctuary or the elephant sanctuary, and at least being able to experience the Patong Beach area, Bangalore Road. It's like a bucket list thing to do. But overall, Chiang Mai was still my absolute favorite. Everything that we learned about the Buddha and about the culture really stuck with us, and the intentionality, um, it just resonated. So we wanted to wrap up our trip and do something really cool. And we decided on tattoos. Yes, we got the Sakyant tattoos from Sacred Tattoo. These tattoos can only be administered by an Ajarn or a Buddhist monk who literally prays a blessing over you. And each tattoo has a deep, significant meaning. So you pick the meaning of your tattoo, the placement, and go from there. Cass and I both got our own individual meanings, and it was just a really cool way to wrap up our trip, especially after being so impacted by all of the beautiful things we learned about the Buddha as we traveled through this country of Thailand. So, yeah, guys, let us know, what was your favorite part of the video? Do you see yourself going to Thailand? And yeah, if there's any other content that you'd like to see from the adventures of Cass and I just roaming around, definitely let me know. And until next time, keep roaming, y'all. We out here.